Hello and welcome into this week's CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I am your host tonight, Nick Quaglia, sitting here with Mike Molyneaux. Unfortunately, we have no Marv this week, Christmas week, busy week. That's also why we're doing this a couple of days late. So, Patriots game against the Bills this week. Not too much news coming out of that one. The Patriots did move up to the second seed because of some luck that the Patriots, I guess, fell into with the Steelers and the Saints game. But there has been some interesting news and an interesting interview with Tom Brady. So weekly, Tom Brady does interviews at WEEI and Westwood One. This week with Westwood One, Jim Gray, he had some pretty interesting comments that I felt that we had to talk about, Mike, because it's been for months, for years, it's been, I'm going to play till I'm 45 years old. That is a definite, or at least I'm going to play until my mid-40s. That is an absolute definite. Right now, Tom Brady's 41 years old. He has an interview this week with Jim Gray, again, Westwood One. And he had some comments that kind of shook me a little bit. With my confidence that Tom Brady's going to be here for a while. Because, again, it's been definite. He's going to play till he's 45, mid-40s. He had this to say to Jim Gray in regards to playing longer. He said, quote, "I absolutely believe I will play next season. I know I've talked about it for a long time. I have goals to play not only next year, but beyond that, and I'm going to try to do it as best I possibly can. I'm going to give it my all like I always have. It'll certainly be a challenge. I hope I can keep playing at a championship level." Okay. The word right there is hope. I don't like that word being there. It makes me nervous, especially with the lack of a succession plan that we've talked about a million times on these roundtables. Mike, what do those comments mean to you? Does that give you the same confidence that you've had with Tom Brady returning next year and for the next couple of years after that? Or does that do what it's been doing to me a little bit and kind of shaking my confidence with that?
Well, listening to those comments as you read them, obviously to me it sounds as if Brady does believe he has the ability to play as long as he wants. He believes he could put into work and be a starting quarterback in the NFL for the New England Patriots moving forward. But I also feel like after hearing those comments that you just read, that he said he understands that, it isn't promised to him. He could be out of the league just by one hit. All it takes is one hit at 41, going into next season, 42 years old. It takes one major play to knock him out of the game. And obviously he understands that, which, goes into a whole other conversation of how has he been playing this whole season? Is he playing scared, nervous? Does he not want to get hit? Is he collapsed into the ground too many times? It all goes a part of him, hoping he can do it, believing he can, but understanding that nothing is promised in this world. Nothing is promised in the game of football. Doesn't matter how good you are, how much, working out you do in the offseason, treatment, whatever the case may be. In the game of football, you are one hit, one bad move, one bad play away from losing it all. So he understands it, but he wants to be a part of it moving forward for sure.
All right, before I go on and continue with this conversation, guys, I got to tell you about our friends over at 1 in 100. This Patriots Roundtable is powered by our friends at 1 in 100. Go to 1in100.co, not .com. Don't be a dummy. Don't go to .com. It's not the same website. For your chance to win killer Pats, Celtics, and Bruins tickets, not to mention an all-expense-paid trip for two to the Winter Classic in South Bend for 50% off. Use promo code CLNS at checkout. All right, but Mike, that conversation scares the hell out of me. That scares the absolute hell out of me.
He didn't say no. He doesn't.
He said, "I hope." The thing is, and I was hammering that. I was hammering that in the intro. Forever, it's been, I am playing until I'm 45 years old. Now all of a sudden we're talking hope. Listen, definites don't come with hopes. Hoping is, I've seen what my body's doing at this age. I'm 41 years old. There may or may not be a possible MCL tear, as rumors speculate. Mike Giardi, NFL Network, and that's just a speculation. Not saying he's got a torn MCL or slightly torn MCL, but there's that possibility. And I think Tom's starting to see, like, hey, I'm old. Like, there's a legitimate shot that this could derail my career much sooner than I wanted to. But I mean, how are you not scared by the word hope? Because again, this is clearly, his confidence is clearly shaken. He's on a down year. He is on a clear down year. He's not the same guy that he once was. Whether or not that is because of an injury or not, he's 41. He's not going to heal the same way. He's seen that at 41 years old, your skill declines. And I think that's starting to shake him.
But maybe it's not even about him saying he hopes because of his physical ability and his skills. Maybe his hope is in if the Patriots can actually produce a contender. We've had this conversation. Marv and I talked about it on a post-game show. Yes, Tom Brady is an older quarterback. You know, he's not at the bottom of the league in terms of quarterbacks, but at the same time, he's still pretty damn good. Now, does he have all the perfect weapons around him? If you look back to Peyton Manning in his 39-year-old season, he sucked. He sucked. But the weapons that he had around him between younger Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker was there for.
Yeah, but let's be real. They won that Super Bowl because of their defense.
Yes, they did. But I'm saying the weapons that Peyton Manning had, if he was, 5 years younger, that team, I mean, it's a couple seasons before Peyton Manning put up records before he just completely fell off the cliff. Peyton Manning put up records with that offense because he had between Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, Julius Thomas, he had guys there that if you passed the ball to, they were going to get the job done. The Patriots and Tom Brady have that right now. You have an older Julian Edelman. You have a Gronkowski who's a shell of himself. Hogan's not a part of the offense. Dorsett's barely a part of the offense. Cordell Patterson is hit or miss, but he's, having a pretty solid year. This is probably not the best offensive unit that the Patriots could put all on the field. So me hearing him saying he hopes, maybe he doesn't hope that his body holds up. Maybe he's hoping that the Patriots give him some more weapons to work with moving forward as he continues to age. Because he feels personal job done, but give me the guys on the field to help me carry this team to more success.
See, the word hope, though, to me is in complete regards to whether or not he can keep playing. Again, he is 41 years old. It's been, I am playing. And now all of a sudden, we're talking about a possibility. We're talking about a possibility. It's been concrete his whole career. It scares the hell out of me. And let's move on to this really quick. 2019, is Tom Brady back? Yes or no?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Don't ask me about any year after that, but yeah, 2019, he'll be back.
Yeah, I do too, because I don't think that he would leave the team deserted like this because, yeah, I mean, I personally buy into those rumors that he did. He was part of the reason why Jimmy Garoppolo had to leave. I believe that he kind of mentioned it to Robert Kraft, like, hey, maybe we should get this guy out of here. He's trying to take my job. So I think the Patriots do draft a guy this year in the draft, and I think that they will plan for the future after that. I think this guy, whoever they draft this year, he's got 1 year in the system, practicing, watching Tom Brady, and then the following year he takes over.
You have to, and I feel like if it's a situation where Tom Brady sees that the Patriots draft a quarterback kind of early, I think it'll be very sad to hear that he's given another quarterback the same kind of treatment he was giving Jimmy Garoppolo, with not really trying to assist him in some sense or kind of push him out the door. Tom Brady has to understand himself. Look, you can't play this game forever. You have to realize that somebody else is going to have to step up. And if you want to play till 45, 44, that's another 2, 3, 4 years down the road. Know that this next guy is going to be taking your place, and it is what it is.
I don't know. I am genuinely concerned that Tom Brady is going to be done within the next year and a half. And who knows, even next year, if this isn't an injury hobbling him this year, I think next year we are in for one hell of a season. And by hell of a season, I mean hell of a season. Negatively, bad season.